Hello everyone, this is just going to be a video sharing with you some techniques that are most helpful for the pre-writing for project number 1. To find this document, there are multiple places, of course I'll link it throughout Blackboard, but one quick place would just be in the project and presentation folders, and you would just click on project 1 materials and go to where the pre-writing is. Please remember that a pre-writing really is an invaluable chance for me to give you some initial feedback on the assignment. Since time doesn't permit me to give rough drafts extensive written feedback per person, the pre-writing kind of serves as a rough draft and an outline, a chance for me to give you feedback on what parts of the project you plan to move into the assignment. The pre-writing is the one assignment we will not complete in MLA format or APA format for this course, so you can just type directly into this document. The first thing you're going to begin with is perhaps most important, the thesis statement. What are the 3 arguments that you will engage with in your dialogue? Remember, these 3 arguments about your topic need to be based in research, sources that are published within the last 3 years and that meet the assignment criteria. Then what you're going to do is actually bullet point or answer under these bullet points some different questions about background information. And you'll see that I've noted this should appear at the beginning of your project in the introductory paragraph. So the questions are simplistic, but do make sure that you also root these answers in research. The more advanced you get in writing, the more flexibility you have to engage with research. So in the introduction, sometimes you'll find it's often credible to paraphrase from research. So you'll think about what is the issue or topic at hand and who is affected. That's really important. Make sure that you show the audience who is affected in research. So who specifically or what entity? Is it the environment? Is it animals, a specific species, so on and so forth? It could, of course, be humans, but it could be branched out further beyond that, depending on your topic. Where is your issue taking place and how and when did it begin? So you can see with these questions, you're just kind of charting a miniature timeline, and this gives me a chance to give you some feedback on some of the preliminary work. What I have you do beyond that is actually start engaging with your thesis statement. So, of course, the first point from your thesis, as with all of them, should be backed up in research. So you should take the time to paraphrase or quote at least 3 points that you think prove your first point in research. So say again, the student was writing about a random topic like cyberbullying, and they're making an argument about how cyberbullying is detrimental to mental health. And of course, these won't be cited in research as they should be because I'm just making them up. But say the first point shows, again, cyberbullying is detrimental to mental health. Then what the student would go on to do is provide 3 quotes that show how, or paraphrases. So provide 3 pieces of textual evidence that show how cyberbullying is detrimental to mental health to back this up, right? So we'd want to actually see statistics, facts, case studies, personal experiences that show this first point. You do want to make sure that you note here you need to cite. Now, when you're citing an MLA, you're just going to put it right after the direct quote or paraphrased material, and you would just do the author's last name or names and then the page number. A lot of articles you find online will have 3 or more authors, so you could write something like Jones et al., which stands for and others, page 323. Notice in MLA you use no comma between the author names. Definitely use et al. This is what MLA honors as and others, as opposed to writing it out. It saves space. Remember to follow suit with that et al. Feature on your works cited page. Then what you're going to do is just kind of repeat that same process under bullets 1, 2, and 3 for your other points in the thesis. Now, the last part that I've asked you to do has to do with when you kind of insert your own voice, or second to last. Here, you're going to pick out any research that really stands out to you as important and explain why you agree with that research, why you disagree. So you could think about 1 point from the first point in your thesis, 1 point from the second point in your thesis, and 1 point from the third point in your thesis. Now, of course, this would be just one of the points up here. Each thesis point is going to have 3 points, and this is so I can help you eliminate the evidence down to what I think will serve your purpose, the context of the paper best, as well as your grade. Then I ask you just some information that should absolutely go in the conclusion, and I just use this as a chance to kind of go through the fundamentals of a conclusions format. So you should restate your thesis in an engaging way. So not dully, but in a new way. And let the audience know again, what was the point of this project overall? What can we glean from these 3 arguments? What changes may need to be made in society or the world pertaining to your issue? How should individuals respond differently? And when I ask why your topic is so diverse, in other words, why is your topic important enough that different disciplinary areas are writing about it and engaging with it? If you've got any questions, as always, please let me know. But again, try to take this assignment as seriously as possible because it is a really great chance for me to give you feedback and for you to set yourself up for success in the major projects we complete. Remember, it is not self-plagiarism if you pull from a pre-writing and move it directly into a project. So even before you get feedback from me, you can always copy and paste some of your answers here into the document where you're writing the paper to help you get started.